Just a lot of uncertainty. We talked about the economy. Now let's move over to St. Paul, where the only grocery store downtown in that city says it's closing shop. Kent Erdahl spoke to residents and businesses around the Lunds and Byerlys in downtown today who do have some serious questions about what's going on.
St. Paul Lunds and Byerlys customers are still shocked at the thought of downtown becoming a food desert in a couple weeks.
I am really sad about it. My sister and I walk here pretty often, and it's kind of like the only grocery store that we can walk to. The closest place is like half an hour on the bus.
Still, Nevaeh Sanders McCoy is well aware of the reality. The company cites significant staffing and financial challenges since COVID, with declining foot traffic leading to increased crime. And a devastating arson in 2022 came with increased costs to rehab and secure the store.
There's a few of the people that work there that I see pretty often, and they have talked about how it's kind of been harder.
We love Lunds. I'm sad to see them go, but I understand why they need to leave.
Carol Hun Gregory, owner of Keys Cafe across from Lunds, says before the pandemic, the grocery store would be packed with office workers during lunch, and so was her dining room.
I probably had 4 waitresses on, sometimes 5.
These days, she says, look around. 1 or 2 waitstaff are plenty, and with a massive construction project about to tear up Robert Street until at least November, she's bracing for another blow.
It's going to be a tough summer. I just have my kids working, and we'll go down to whatever we have to get through this.
She simply hopes they won't be doing it across from an empty store. In its statement, Lunds and Byerlys wrote, "We are partnering with the city and our landlord to keep our store equipment and infrastructure in place with the goal of maintaining an optimal environment for a future grocery store."
I appreciate Lunds keeping that infrastructure there so that maybe a Trader Joe's or a Mississippi Market or an Aldi's can go in.
Hopefully that something like that happens soon.
Because if it doesn't, many will feel alone in the desert.
Like, I don't want to be just left in the dust and not have another option to turn to.
Well, it is worth noting that this is happening as downtown St. Paul is converting 2 office buildings into housing, and other development is also planned. So that's not lost on the St. Paul Downtown Alliance. President of the Alliance, Joe Spencer, said in a statement, quote, "Downtown St. Paul is at a pivotal moment in its redevelopment, and the Downtown Alliance is continuously working alongside our public and private partners to intensify efforts to revitalize downtown." And Jana, he says a grocery store is essential to that goal, because of course it is. If you're trying to redevelop, you need to have something there that draws people in, like, hey, I can walk and get groceries.
Absolutely. And if you're going to make the choice to live in a downtown core, that's one of the perks, is to get rid of the car, use light rail, walk to a grocery store. But what struck me as that business owner as well. It is tough to make a go of it right now as everybody's uncertain on what they're spending. You know, with construction coming, just the smallest thing can put a local restaurant out of business.
Yeah, and Keys is already also has a surcharge on eggs right now.
Right.
Because they are just trying to navigate that reality of food costs and inflation. So that's right on the door. In addition to we're open during construction, it's just, you can't catch a break right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much, Kent. We appreciate it.